Hello, this is Dennis McDonald with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. This is a customer's telephone, Charles from Oregon. This is a Western Electric rotary wall telephone. It's a very nice telephone. It's one of the older ones. Everything on this telephone is hardwired in. Your handset modular cord is hardwired into the handset, and everything, the cord going into the network is hardwired in. And on this telephone, the rotary finger dial is metal. It's not plastic, it's metal. It has the brass finger stop, and it also has the center ring for the number card that's metal. So this is an older telephone. It has to be mounted to the wall. It doesn't plug on the wall and then kind of hang on the wall. You have to actually bring a line cord into this phone, and you also have to mount this phone on the wall with screws or bolts, whatever you prefer. So this is an older telephone. The customer requested that we put a new card in here in the dial center with his phone number on it. So we basically have a new dial center in there with his phone number on it. We have his phone number covered up though. So it also has the metal handset holder. A lot of them were plastic. That weren't as old as this one. They would be plastic, and this one's metal. So it's a very nice telephone. You can tell on the bells, most of the bells in these old phones were shaped like this, but you can always tell by this metal film here on the coil. Also, all the bracket that holds the bell together is all metal, and it has the older style network in it. This one's the larger network. And these phones were basically built like tanks. So basically what we did to this telephone is we went into the network and checked everything and made sure that we wired it the way we wanted it. I have certain ways that I like to wire these telephones, and so we wired it the way we wanted it wired and got that taken care of. We also went into the hook switch and the finger connections in the hook switch here. We cleaned all the connections and made sure everything was fine and got that all taken care of. We also went into the rotary and we looked at all those connections and cleaned all the connections and oil and greased everything that needs to be greased and oiled. And basically the other things that we did to this telephone was we installed a modular port. A lot of times what will happen is some of these guys that repair these telephones, what they'll do is they'll take a line cord like this and they'll just kind of hang it out of the phone. And I don't think that does the phone any justice when they do that. So what I like to do, and what we like to do here, is install a modular port jack. So you can simply bring the line cord in through the bottom. You have to be careful that you don't rub the line cord up against the bell, or you'll muffle the bell a little bit. So you can bring this in, bring the line cord in, and then you can bring it to the modular port, or you can bring it through one of the holes in the back plate and just bring it in and simply plug it in, and it snaps right in. And you should hear dial tone now. On some videos you can hear the dial tone, and others you can't. So it just depends. Sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't. The other thing that we did to this telephone was the customer requested that we install a bell switch to turn the bell off and on, and we get that pretty often. Our customers want a switch for the bell. The up is on, down is off. So up is the bell is on, down the bell is off, just like a normal switch. Up would be on, down would be off. And so that's where that's located at. And we're going to try this phone out here real quick. If you look at the analyzer, what we want to do is we're going to dial the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and a 2. And when I talk into the handset, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you'll see a red indicator light on the analyzer, and that's showing 100% modulation when I talk into the handset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to lay the handset down. And basically, that shows us that we're right where we want to be with this telephone. We have good modulation, we have good receive, and the numbers are all dialing good and hitting properly. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that the hook switch stays down. And now we want to ring the telephone. Now I'm going to turn the telephone all the way down. And as you notice, that telephone still rings, the bell. So when you turn it all the way down, it still rings. And I want to wait for it to ring. And that's what the switch is good for. Even though it's turned all the way down, the telephone will still ring. So it's good, ideal to have a switch. It's just a plus. And a lot of the customers like to be able to turn it totally off. Now I'm going to turn the bell all the way up, and I'm going to turn the ringer back on. Turn it off. I'll turn it back on. I'm going to release the hook switch. Should have dial tone. So we're pretty much finished up with this telephone. This is the final checkout before we put the telephone back together again and send it to the customer. And on the body here, this is the body. I'll show you the body real quick. There's on the body, there's a latch that catches the top of the telephone. And so you want to make sure that when you put these bodies back on, the body catches that latch. And I'm not really going to put the body back on all the way because I want to show you there's another little catch here. This little clip here, you have to push it in to lift the body up. So you push that in, and then the body lifts up. And then when you put the body on, after you're done with it, you kind of clip it into place. So that's basically how you get the body off. And so all in all, it's a very nice Western Electric telephone. It's finished up and ready to be shipped back to the customer. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. And this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, or you're more than welcome to call us at 618-235-6959. And goodbye now. Thank you.